Richard Geller here with Charlie Dobbins. How you doing, Charlie?
Good, Richard. How are you?
I'm doing excellent, thank you.
Good.
We are finding there's really three very, very simple things that you need to get good at in order to build up your lifetime apartment investor empire. Whether or not you want to use any cash or whether you want to own apartment buildings, you can make a lot of money right now in apartment buildings. And the three things you need to be good at, and it's really easy because we'll show you exactly how to do it. Is this deal any good? Because you got a bunch of deals you're looking at. Can you quickly see if the deal's any good? Number two, where can you find buyers for that deal? And number three, what you should be doing next? Like, what's the right thing in the right order to build your business up? So, is it any good? Can you find buyers for the deal? And what should you be doing next? So, let's talk about the first thing: is the deal any good? We're looking at a what are we looking at here, Charlie?
This is the heart of the matter with any multifamily deal, and it is the income and expense statement. And where most people, if they're coming from the single family world, they can walk into the property, they can look at the neighborhood, they can understand, whether the property is a deal or not. On the multifamily side, we don't even need to get to the property. We can sit there and just read a financial statement and know whether we've got ourselves a deal or not. Now, the problem that I've seen in my practice and working with different students is that people will get to this particular stage of their education and their eyes will glaze over. They'll think to themselves, I can't do this. I can't read financial statements. I'm not an accountant. And I'm here to stop you and say, yes, you can. This is actually easier than you think. Once you understand how this income and expense statement works for the properties, you will become an expert at it. And we take you through, in our boot camp, we take you through a financial statement. So by the time we're done, you're going to be able to walk out of that room and be able to look at a financial statement and know whether you have a deal or not. So this is what a lot of people, when they look at this, they see a sheet full of numbers. And I'm here to tell you, don't look at the numbers, look at the story that the numbers tell. And that's what we talk about in our boot camp.
The nice thing about apartment buildings, if you own them, is they pay you to own them. And the simple understanding of a financial statement or profit and loss statement shows you how much they pay you to own them. And it's really what the whole thing is all about, this one number, net operating income, and how to understand this. So there is a lot more to understanding financial statements, and we're going to show you a very quick and easy sort of shortcut in a moment. Let's go to the next issue, which is finding buyers. So what do you look to find buyers? What's the major resource that we're using?
I tell you what we teach, what we delve into in depth is LinkedIn. I love LinkedIn. I think LinkedIn is the best resource out there to get people looking to find and flip deals off very quickly and on the right foot. The thing about LinkedIn is it's not like Facebook where you've got everybody in the world out there. On LinkedIn, the people that want to do the same type of business and are looking for the same type of thing you are all put into groups, and you work within those groups. And as you can see, just scroll back up a little bit, Richard, what we show you is with LinkedIn, you can join up to 58 groups with your profile. And we show you exactly how to find those groups that meet the criteria that you're looking for. And as you can see, Richard, right here, what you did here is you just did a quick search on the group search function of LinkedIn using the word multifamily. And look what popped up. Let me just run through this for a second here. I mean, you've got multifamily insiders. There are 12,000 members of that. You've got multifamily investors, 3,900. Multifamily technology, 2,500. And this is just on the search using the word multifamily. If you did a search using the word apartments or apartment investors or real estate investors, there are over 16,000 groups made up of real estate in LinkedIn.
Wow.
And we're going to show you how to find the right groups and how to find the ones that have all the members who are looking to buy multifamily deals from you.
So I did a real quick search, and I just got the screen here captured. So this is just an example, and we've taken a few things out for privacy. But this is an example of what you see. I mean, you can see these things are like for sale and they're listed, and there's also buyers here, aren't there?
Yeah, and that's what you use LinkedIn for as well. Like you're looking to find and flip and wholesale contracts from multifamily. What you need are people that you are going to find to flip and wholesale those deals too. So you're looking for end buyers of properties. How do you start building your buyers list very quickly and easily while you're still working at your regular job? We have a solution for that, but here's how it works. Look at this first listing here with Briarcrest Apartments. This gentleman, Brian, puts this deal up there on the website. And what he does is he says, I've got this property. It's 51 units in Irving, Texas. And if anybody has any interest, please contact me. What happens is below this particular post, people start writing threads or writing discussion posts to Brian. And it'll say something like, hey, Brian, that sounds like a good deal. Please send me your property package to John at needspropertypackages.com. And what happens is you now know that Brian is out there selling deals and there's a guy named John out there buying them. And all of a sudden, John has just put himself out there in the world along with his email address and told the world that I am in the market to buy apartment complexes. So John is going to become a new member of my buyers list. So whenever I find those great deals, I'm going to turn to my friend John and send him over my property package. And that is how you build up your buyers list very quickly and easily. But the problem is, what are you going to do? You're going to sit there and go through every single discussion board and try to find those email addresses? No, we have an easy solution for you.
Right. And this is like really, really cool. So we'll show you that in a second. Let's talk about the third major issue that people have and a simple challenge that you can get over, which is just overwhelm. Let me tell you what happens to a lot of folks, and maybe this is familiar, Charlie, because you and I we go to a lot of training ourselves. I've mentioned this. I spend $40,000 a year on training just for myself.
Mm-hmm.
So when I go to something and get some training, a lot of times it'll just fill me with so much information. I just feel like overwhelmed. So when I leave, like let's say Monday, I get back and I'm thinking like, what am I going to do? What am I going to implement that I learned? And there's so many things to do. I don't know what to do. So I say, well, let me give my brain a rest for a few days. And then a couple days later, Wednesday, Thursday rolls around, and everything is a little less clear than it was when I got back, and I still feel kind of overwhelmed. And it sort of continues, and in a week or two, everything's faded away, and I got nothing done. Does that sound like a familiar story?
Over and over again.
Because the truth is, to learn something, if this is a brain, we can get all kinds of information that hit our brain, but what really counts is what goes deep into our brain, what we really absorb in our brain. And that really is a different story. And to really absorb something, you need a very simple plan. You need a simple plan, preferably something that would go like 60 days to get you going, because they say about a habit, it takes about 4 to 6 weeks, 8 weeks to develop a habit and for things to really be rolling along. So a 60-day, here's what you do, 1, 2, 3, would be really, really handy. So we've got three things that we've just covered. We've talked about how important it is to understand a profit and loss statement so that you can figure out how much an apartment building pays you to own it. We talked about how to find buyers with LinkedIn, which is free but can be tedious in order to build a buyer's list. And we talk about the need for a 60-day plan. So now let's show you how you can get all these things for yourself in the most amazing way. So, we have this upcoming event that we're doing, and it's very, very different than other events. It's actually rather than having lots and lots of people, there's going to be a small number of people, and we're not going to have outside speakers pitching anything totally different. This is something that you could pay $20,000 or $30,000 for, and I've seen things like this, basically like one-on-one coaching for $20,000 or $30,000, but this is going to be nowhere near that. And we've got three special bonuses that we're going to be providing to people that are lucky enough, and we're lucky enough to have attend. So can you tell us about this first bonus? This is to cover how much does an apartment building pay you to own it. So what is this all about?
Okay, this is the cash flow analyzer. there are several programs. Everyone has a different um, software program that helps you analyze whether you've got a deal or not. And you know, I've seen so many of them. I've actually been asked to write some of them. And one day, when we're in class, I was talking to one of the students, and he says, "Have you seen this cash flow analyzer?" And I said, no, show it to me. So I take a look at it and I am blown away by this software. It does everything that our students need it to do. And it's called Cash Flow Analyzer. It was written and created by a certified public accountant out of Georgia by the name of Douglas Rutherford. And we provide this software to all of our students. When you come to our boot camp, you get a copy of this software. And not only do you get a copy of it, but we take you through how to use it step by step, and this is part of our explanation of how to understand financial statements. But the beautiful thing about this software is not only does it tell you whether you've got a deal or not, but once you've got all the numbers in there, it also prints off a marketing package for any potential investors that you're looking to sell to. So in other words, if you're looking to put your information up on the internet and blast it out to the world in a PDF format, you just hit a button on this software and it automatically creates that information for you. It is fantastic. It's great stuff, and we give it out to our students for free.
Well, that's fabulous. So, and that is very, very exclusive software. So let's look at the second issue we were talking about, which we looked far and wide for a way of someone to be able to basically build their list of buyers when they sleep on LinkedIn. And we did
Mhm.
find something, and we are offering this exclusively, and it's developed by a very good friend of ours. What can you tell us about this LinkedIn crawler?
Okay, remember how I said how it works when you're looking to start building up your buyers list? We just looked at Brian's post, and we used the example of John at needspropertypackages.com. Well, you need John's email, and at the same time, you need to be building and automating your business as best you can. So how are you going to get John's email out of the LinkedIn system and into your database as a potential buy, as a potential buyer on your buyers list? And the answer is there's software out there called the LinkedIn Crawler that will actually go into your groups and scrape out all of those email addresses that you need to add to your buyers list. Now we're going to take you through how to do this and how not to be accused of spamming anybody, and so that you can build a great buyers list of people that want to receive your potential opportunities. And this software is how we do it. It is not available for sale anywhere. It is only available at our boot camps. We give you a copy of it. You load it onto your Windows-based system, and then I show you exactly how to use it correctly. And it really is a way for you to automate and even outsource your business while you sleep. As you know, you like to say, Richard, you like to do everything while you sleep. So this is how we do it.
This is really great. So you're actually running the software right now, aren't you?
I run it
Hmm.
every day.
Yeah. Wow.
Yep.
This is great. And so, and that's going to give you a tremendous leg up when you do get this training, because you're going to be able to build your buyers list while you sleep. And the third thing that we're going to talk about right now is a way for you to get a plan together. So when you go to our event, you're going to have a plan that's going to be customized for you. So when you leave, you're going to know, here's what I'm going to do week 1, week 2, week 3. That works for your given situation, however much time you have, your job and other situations, family obligations. But we've also gone a step further. We've actually put this 60-day quick start blueprint together, Charlie. So maybe you could tell us about that. This is so exciting.
Yeah, I mean, this is, we wanted to make sure that when you left the boot camp, you left with a plan so that you could take everything that you learned in the 3 days that we teach this and apply it immediately the next day. And of course, in the introduction to the 60-day plan, we're going to tell you that there's some prerequisites, like you're going to need your own LinkedIn account, and you're going to need a Facebook account, all those types of things that most people have. We just want to make sure you have them. And then we're going to take you every day there's going to be new criteria, new steps that you need to do in order to start building and building and building your business. So by the end of 60 days, you've created a system that is automated and that you can outsource and that just runs automatically, so that you get these deals coming into your door, and then you're constantly building your buyers list. And your job then becomes just making the introduction between those opportunities and the people looking for them, and taking your cut of the pie.
This is great. So what we've shown is there's really the three major skills that you want to be good at is figuring out how much money something pays you to own, getting buyers lined up in advance through a list, and then just getting a idea of what you need to do in a quick start blueprint. And if you do attend our upcoming event, our boot camp, if we still have room and you can attend, we're going to give you these things right there as special bonuses.
Exactly. Yep.
Thanks so much, Charlie. Really appreciate it.
My pleasure, Richard. Look forward to seeing everybody there.